What's up, everybody? I'm Aslan Hajimandi, Director of Digital Media for Warchant.com. Through this wall right here on the other side of the Midtown offices, I assure you, is Michael Langston. He's here to give us some recruiting news. But first, don't forget, sign up for our website. It's only $1. You would have known about this well in advance, but we do appreciate you being here live on Monday evening as we're here to talk about a commitment. Before we get into all that, though, what else can they do to show some love, Michael?
Hit the like button always. Even download the app. Why don't you? Get to that too. But definitely hit the like button. Helps us promote all these great new features we're having, and certainly positive news and good news for FSU. So definitely hit the like button for us, guys.
Yeah, I can't even keep up right now with everything that Florida State's doing. I think this puts them at 14 commitments, or is this the 15th commitment?
I thought it was 13 or 14. I'm not sure.
Oh, we're going 14. They got him 18 right now on three.
Okay.
Let's see if they flip the switch on our guy. Yeah, they're quick, man. On three's
They're
quick.
fast.
On three,
They're
great.
fast.
Yeah, so 18th right now in the nation, Florida State is with 14 total commits. Who's the latest, Michael?
Yeah, the latest, another one from Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville Reigns, defensive back, Kenton, KJ Kirkland, just announced via Instagram. Pretty cool video, I have to say. Put a lot of work to putting together, but he announced he's committed to FSU. Committed to FSU over a really tight battle with Kentucky. This was back and forth. So certainly a guy they coveted. They want to make sure they got done, and FSU got it wrapped up, and um, just a really good pickup. I think a guy that is going to be a 4-star, although he's a high 3-star. I think he's a guy that this staff loved from the beginning. He can play either safety or corner. We saw him work out a lot at safety in different things when he was at the elite camp, I think around July. And I think the biggest takeaway with KJ is just his instincts around the football. He is so good as a ball hawker, instincts as far as the center of the field, and certainly just has the speed that you look for at that defensive back position that he can play. Like I said, you could put him at corner in safety, and I think FSU's recruit him as a defensive back. That's kind of the way KJ has told me about it. Like, hey, they like me as DB. I think there's a lot. I think that also was an attraction when he visited his last visit to FSU for showcase, that they really highlight, hey, we like you as a defensive back overall. So I think that was attracted to KJ after that visit, and then but it was just back and forth with Kentucky. For right after that Seminole showcase, we felt like, okay, FSU is going to get him, and then Kentucky made a surge. As far as valuing him and everything with NIL and all this stuff, but I think they made a push, and then FSU made another push in the last week and a half. So, and then they got it done. So they pulled it off today. Um, really good pickup for FSU.
Man, I feel like did FSU do that for him? That looked kind of Florida State-esque. Or maybe it's this RL Edits guy. But shout out to whoever did that. That's really good video editing. And hopefully we don't get copyright flagged for all that footage of like Dion and Leroy Butler and T-Buck and Jalen Ramsey and everybody.
Telling you, that's a lot of like I said, very detailed. So very detailed work. KJ, whoever did it, you did a great. They did a great job. We're hoping, KJ joins us shortly. We'll see. KJ's told me probably he's going to jump in, but obviously there's a lot going on with him, so we'll talk about that in the meantime. But a pickup that I liked a lot for a while, and this is a kid that they, like I stated before, they coveted. He's got the size you look for, and his instincts and ball skills are out of this world as far as I'm concerned. I mean, he fits everything that you're looking for in a defensive back, especially if he ends up playing free safety, which I think's the best place that he plays. Just not so much, oh, he can't play corner. He can. It's just he is so strong at that safety position where the way he can track balls, the way he reads the quarterback's eyes, the way he reads coverages is just really good. And I think his ranking is going to show that throughout the season. I think he's a guy that this staff it coveted all the way back to January. He was a guy that they consistently got on campus. They consistently evaluate spring evaluations. They were always there to check on KJ, and he was a guy they wanted in this class. And they weren't going to let up. Even when Kentucky took that lead, it just made them push even harder, and they got the job done.
Yeah, right on. Well, looking at some of his footage now here on his huddle tape. Again, he's listed at 6'1", 176 out of Rains High School in Jacksonville. Consensus 3-star. On3's got him as a 3-star. The 153rd ranked prospect in the state. But hey, it's a deep year for Florida talent right here. So again, picked over Kentucky pretty much, and Mark Stoops has a pretty good eye for this. He's done a pretty good job at Kentucky. He's done a good job of finding guys, finding coaches, and he's got a pretty decent coaching tree right now. So again, we do hope to hear from him. Possibly we'll have KJ here on the actual program. In the meantime, as you're looking at his footage, Michael, guys like Alex Simpson are like, how much is it to join Warchant right now? It's only $1.
$1, man. I got $1 in my jeans in the bedroom. It's easy, just $1. So join with us, Alex. We'd love to have everybody. And obviously, when you get good news, you want to be there too to share it with everyone. So certainly, this is one that fits the good news department. And I just think KJ's kind of fits the mold. If you look at a lot of their DBs, they got Jabril Rawls from Pensacola Catholic. They also got Quindarius Jones, so he joins those guys. And the one thing those guys have in common is they a lot of them, if not all of them, play multiple positions. They can play corner, they can play safety. They're very versatile, and a lot of those guys have big time range. And I think KJ kind of fits in that category. Where he's very rangy. He covers a lot of ground. Same thing with Quindarius Jones, and then I think one of the top athletes overall in that group is Jabril Rawls from Pensacola Catholic. So I think they all bring a different thing, but there's also similarities as far as their versatility and playmaking ability, as far as at not just one position, but a lot of different positions.
Let's go Jimmy Smith, by the way. Not Jacksonville Jag, Mississippi legend Jimmy Smith, but whoever Jimmy Smith is that signed up says the best $1 ever spent. Probably, man. Probably. Really good bang for your buck. An entire year for $1. This is KJ's sophomore highlights, which at the beginning of it, he actually lists himself at 6'3". On his huddle bio, he's got him listed himself now at 6'2". On3, we got him at 6'1". So we'll give him 6'2". We'll give him 6'2".
I've seen him in person. He looks 6'2" to me when I see him. When I've seen him live, when he was working out at FSU, working with Coach Fuller, working with Coach Woodson, and I mean he definitely he seems to be 6'2" ish to me. Maybe even a little above 6'2", but I would give him 6'2".
All right. Ryan Williams gives you a shout out. Loves all the info you've been
Thank you,
putting out
Ryan.
lately. So
Thank you, Ryan. Yep, we've been working hard. I mean, doing this all for you guys, and we want to make sure we give you guys everything just up to date. Whether it's something small or whether it's something big like a commitment, we certainly want to be detailed and cover everything. And for those that missed it, I did a after the hot board. It covers all these guys, including KJ. Just really, I even give my own rankings of how I would rank them. And just threw a lot of what their strengths, their weaknesses are, stuff I like, and just it's a very detailed process. But appreciate the shout out, Ryan. We're just starting. We're just getting going. So it's only going to get better, and certainly when you get a commitment, it makes everyone feel better. So a talented guy like KJ certainly is going to get anybody excited. I'm very high on this kid. I rate him for my ranking as a low 4-star. That's where I have him ranked. I think that fits him perfectly. I think he's got a chance to move up once people see him more in person and watch him. But just a great prospect that fits exactly what they need. They want guys that can help them at the safety position, and they already have two really good ones, I think. And Quindarius Jones, who I'm really high on, which was also at elite camp, and then you also have KJ. It fits that mold. So I think he's more of a free safety Jimmy than a corner for me. Although I think he can play corner, and I'm not going to say he won't end up at corner, but just watching him and knowing his game and watching what I saw from him when he worked out at FSU as far as at the elite camp in I think June, that really stood out to me as more about his ball hawking skills, the more way he plays center field, his when he goes up for the ball, I mean it's his. So he definitely attacks the football really well. It's kind of what you're looking for in a safety, and he's a really good tackler. I mean, he's a very sure tackler. So I think he fits everything that a free safety you want to see. But FSU, like I said, FSU likes him as a DB, so it wouldn't be a total shocker if you see him have some sets that you watch him where he plays corner too. So could end up at either one. I personally like him at free safety the most.
Hey, while we have you here, Michael, you have some questions.
Okay.
John Sowers wonders when's the Cali linebacker Blake Nicholson going to make a decision.
Yes, that will. We posted a couple of nuggets on that, John. If you're on the PRP, you could have saw that, but it's right there. We talked about just. I think he's going to decide in late August or at the worst early the first week of September, which is when most teams I think start their season. FSU starts in week 0, which is kind of different, but I think with him, I think FSU sits in a solid spot. I like where FSU that's at. I think they're the favorite. I've already put my RPM pick in for FSU. Oregon's still pushing. They're not giving up. They're not throwing the white flag. So they're still pushing, and they're obviously doing everything they can do to get back in and get some momentum. But I think FSU for me right now would be the pick, and but that's when he's expected to make his decision.
What about the kid from Pensacola Catholic? Are we in the
Oh yeah,
running
that's
for him?
yeah, that's the kid I was just talking about, Jabril Rawls. He's already committed to FSU. Um, I don't know if he's talking. Are you talking about the kid that's already committed or not? Ed will have to let me know and expand on what question. But the Catholic kid is Jabril Rawls. I like him a lot. I think he is out of all the guys, even KJ, who I love, and Quindarius Jones, who I'm pretty high on. This kid's probably the most explosive athlete of the group. He's played receiver, he's played corner, he's played safety. He can play just about all over the field. He's extremely long, and he's got wheels, big time wheels. So Rawls is a guy that I think I would not shock me when they're all ranked again that if Rawls is higher than all of them, just because his versatility and his explosiveness and range and length is so good.
He committed, Ed. He committed like a week and a half ago, maybe or
Come on,
so.
Ed. Come on, Ed.
It's just fine. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I was literally just like going through my Twitter and like retweeted like a Norvell tweet about getting a commitment. I'm like, who? And I'm like, who? Where? Shout out to him. But yeah, it kind of flew under the radar there for a little bit, but we eventually got on it.
Yeah.
A lot of people asking about quarterback, Garrett, John Sowers earlier. Can they go back to Chris Parson and be like, hey, man, we'll just take one. You're it.
No, no, I don't expect that to happen. I think Chris Parson ship has sailed, committed to Mississippi State for those that missed that. So I think FSU's focused their attention on other guys. I think two guys that I would circle would probably be the first guy, which I mentioned this guy often, is Emory Williams, committed to Miami. I think he just picked up an Auburn offer. I know FSU's in communication, so there is activity there. Would not shock me if FSU offered, soon, but we'll see. But I know that's a guy they're interested in. That's a guy that's his family. He has ties to FSU with a few of his family members being alums to FSU. So there's a connection, and we know Milton's not that far from Tallahassee. So I think when you look at everything, FSU doesn't have a quarterback. He fits everything you're looking for. Very good pro style quarterback. Quarterback can make all the throws. He's been my first choice for a while, ever since Brock Glenn's situation moved on. But I think Emory is that guy that if I was picking one guy, that will be the one I want. So I think he fits everything that Norvell wants in a quarterback, and even more importantly, probably what Norvell needs as far as a pure passer.
Okay. All right. That's a good answer. We'll take that. Let's see whatever here. Do you know a guy named Adam Hopkins?
Yes, he's a wide receiver from Thomas County Central out of Thomasville, Georgia. There's still, some talking, communication, more so from Hopkins than it is FSU. Think they're kind of waiting to see what he does during the season, and then I think they're gonna, and then I think they could jump on Texas A&M, as you see, very high, heavy RPM favorite because they were pushing early on, but haven't heard so much about Texas A&M. And then recently, he attended the Seminole Showcase, said that was a very positive event, but I don't think he's a for sure take yet for FSU, and I'm not sure he's a take for Texas A&M yet. So that one's kind of a wait and see. I think FSU is going to wait and see how one, how things work out with a Hykeem Williams, who's going to announce on September 23rd, and then two, how Hopkins looks during the season. I think they want to be sure and go from there.
So what's up with Hykeem, man? What up? What up, Hyke?
I think it's FSU and Texas A&M. I've been steadfast about that. I think FSU definitely has a solid shot. I've been steadfast about that and direct that. Texas A&M has been the favorite. There's some people around Hykeem that think FSU is very much a factor. So we don't even. I mean, Hykeem is illustrated like he's not since September 23rd, but it wouldn't shock me if he took a few visits, and it wouldn't shock me if he just pops up there at the Duquesne game by chance just to watch the product, because I think those are the two teams. I think if anybody can beat Texas A&M, it's got to be FSU because of the connections, the feeling he has about Norvell. We put a detailed story about Hykeem Williams and his visit for Seminoles Showcase. He visited FSU for like 2 or 3 days. His best friend is at FSU, and Omar Graham, linebacker freshman. And I think he likes what the vision is of where this thing's going, and he likes the fact that he's the catalyst that could be the cornerstone of this wide receiver group. And so I think that is an attractive thing to Hykeem. And while he won't say it for sure, I've heard that he wouldn't mind playing closer to home. Being in state, I think it has its significance, but I don't think everything with the decision is based on that. But I definitely think there's a solid shot, and I'm continuing to hit the phones hard with this one, guys, because I don't think this is kind of set in stone as people think it is. I think FSU is very much a factor.
So you're saying there's a chance, 1.3% on the RPM.
I think it's higher than 1.3. I will say that.
A couple dudes asking about Mike Mitchell, the commitment running back to the Utes, Utah. What's up with that kid?
Yeah, we put a nugget out on Sunday about seems like he's got some good news as far as his grades. He just finished all his summer classes. He told me that they're updating all the credits. They're updating all his so when that reflects, I think you could see an offer, but that's kind of what he's waiting on to see if if FSU offers. I feel very confident they're going to get this kid. Now, I don't think like some that he's just going to commit right away. Mike's even told me I wouldn't commit right away, but it would be big. He is supposed to be at the Duquesne game, from what I've heard from people around him. It's clear how Mike feels about FSU. That's his favorite school growing up. So certainly, if they offer, I think it drastically changes that recruitment from him being a Utah commit, and I think eventually he will end up in the FSU class. But that's they're still waiting on the grade situation to get updated. But Mike told me personally, like, I finished all summer classes. I'm good to go. I'm straight. He's ready to – now he's kind of caught up with everything. So he's ready to roll for his senior season. And now they might wait a week or two to make sure everything's going good once the senior season starts with grades, and then pop it. But if an offer happens, that's the guy to kind of lock your eyes on.
All right, right on. Shout out, by the way, Terrence Murray. I don't believe anything until their name's on the dotted line. Until then, I could care less.
Me either. Well,
cool,
I wouldn't say care less, but I don't believe it until they sign to Terrence. So that part I'll agree with you, but it does matter when they
say
commit.
He could care less. It really was. You should say is I could not care less, but he could care less. So he does care. He does care, and he's here on a Monday night. So shout out to him. Bill McMillan. I will not do this. No, why would Mike Norvell go after Miles Brennan, man? Why? What? What is he? What? He can't even enroll right now. What would he do? What?
Well,
why?
I mean, why would you want to go after a guy that he couldn't win the job, and that seems to be leading into the decision of giving. But he's giving up football too, so he's kind of like it's not like he's going in the portal and he's saying, "Hey, I'm going to the portal." It's like, well, if I can't win this job, I'm just not going to play football. So
we're good, man. We're good. We're not going to. They can't really do anything. Anyhow, we're all gathered here tonight because Florida State got their 14th commitment of the season. They are now up to 18th in the team rankings. Let's get a little bit better there. Not happy about that. None of us should be happy, but hey, it's a step. It's part of the climb, I guess. KJ Kenton Kirkland from Rains High School in Jacksonville If you're just joining us, you can kind of catch up to us and hit live, but you can scroll all the way back to the beginning. Michael does a pretty thorough breakdown of Kenton's game and what it means, projections, things like that. We're taking some other questions here in the meantime. We're hoping we might get KJ here on the program.
I'm texting with him right now, so he was telling me like I'm coming, and then so we're waiting. And if he doesn't come on, I'll get up with him. We'll do a detailed feature on him, talking about the commit. But hopefully, we'll get him on.
Yeah. Kevin says, in this era of rampant cheating, the thought of grades keeping a kid out of a recruiting class makes me want to puke.
There you go. Yeah, I think the way things are in athletics now, I think it does rub a lot of people the wrong way with NIL and in different things, and how easy it is to transfer and all those things.
Hey, what's up with DJ Chester? That's a good question. Shout out to the Mayan King.
Yeah, he's still the major focus on this offensive line class. We know they have Lucas Simmons. We know they have Roderick Kearney. Those are two bell cows certainly on the offensive line. And then Chester is kind of the one that me and Aslan got to see in person watching this kid. Yes, LSU is the 92%, but I wouldn't pay a lot of attention to that right now. He's going to officially visit FSU on September 24th, if I'm not mistaken. That's for the Boston College game. So I think there's a few other places he's going to visit. I've heard it's a really close battle with FSU and LSU. I think at first he kind of indicated to LSU staff he's coming, but now I think it's a little really tight now. So DJ Chester is certainly their focus. He's the guy that they want. They're pushing hard for him. I think more so of a guard, and they're certainly. We saw him, Aslan. I mean, he was phenomenal. So, I mean,
look at that on the screen. On 3, how about you guys tamp down the brakes? How about we remove that column that says total draft in the last 5 years? Good grief. LSU's had 41 dudes drafted here. That's overall total players compared to Florida State's 14. They've had 5 interior offensive linemen drafted in the last 5 years. Florida State, not as big of a number. But hey,
41's a high number.
Man, DJ, step out and step up, man. Come to Florida State. That's the message that they use on this.
As one always finds the negative in it, but
I mean, it's on the screen. I mean, if a kid pulls up his on-3 recruiting profile, his mom's going to be like, "Baby, that guy's going to get us paid." What about Jordan Hall?
Yeah, Jordan Hall's another one that's defensive tackle. He would probably be kind of the final piece to what they already have. For those that missed it, Tavion Gadsden committed to them, I want to say a week ago. So they got him. Certainly they already have KJ Sampson, 4-star defense tackle. And then I think with Jordan Hall, it's Georgia, and I think it's mainly Georgia and FSU, with the people I've checked with. Georgia, I would give Georgia the edge because that's been one of his more recent places and a place that's kind of connected with him. But I think he's going to take official eventually to FSU. I think that will happen. I think he'll visit for a game or two. But there's work to do. But he's certainly a guy that's extremely high on Odell, as a lot of you guys saw when we did our one-on-one with Jordan when we were over there. He's big on loyalty. I think the season, personally, Aslan, is the biggest thing with Jordan. I think we know what Georgia's probably going to do. They're going to be really good. Yeah, they're probably going to look really good on the field. I think how FSU looks on the field certainly can impact this way, both in a positive way or in a negative way, where Georgia becomes even more the bigger threat or bigger favorite. So I think really the season coming up is a big deal, because I don't think Jordan is giving me any impression that he's in a hurry to decide.
All right. And hey, man, they've gone 2 for 3 from our Duval, Jacksonville-esque Metro spring tour. So make it 3 for 3, Jordan. Do the right thing, man.
I mean, I think them getting on him before anybody is a big deal early on. But ultimately, I really felt like he was going to be a top 100 national recruit. And when you're top 100 national recruit, the season does come into play of how your product is on the field. We know the one position that FSU, or I guess multiple position, on the line, the defensive line has been really good. That's an area that FSU has shown pretty solid product, but I think he wants to see the wins. He wants to see the product on the field, and I think that's really a main key in Jordan's recruitment.
All right. Again, welcome everybody. Sign up for warchant.com. It's only $1 for an entire year. Not sure how much longer it's going to last. So if you're trying to play chicken with this, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's not going to get any better. I mean, we can't give it away for free. I mean, we're all sharing a house right now. I mean, Michael's, I just knocked off my DeLuna. World's falling apart over here.
Oh man, you got everything in there.
Yeah, gotta dress this place up a little bit. But sign up at warchant.com. Go to warchant.com. It's right on the front page. Hit the banner. Sign up for $1. It's $1 for 4 months or $1 for an entire year. You figure out which one's the best one to sign up for. Again, KJ Kirkland, the 14th commitment for Florida State. They are now 18th in the On3 rankings. Defensive back out of Jacksonville, which is crazy, man. A lot of they've been going pretty hard around Duval County here. So
yeah, and that's an area they've done fairly well with. It's usually a Gator town for people that don't know. I mean, that's a lot of kids that grow up Florida fans, and even Roger Kearney. Early on was really, I think his mom was a Gator fan, and then so they've done a tremendous work with both not just the recruit, but the families and delivering their message and really it resonating with a lot of these Jacksonville area recruits. I think got Aaron Hester the year before. You got just obviously the two we mentioned with Kearney and Sam Singleton at running back. So maybe I'm missing somebody that's already on the team. I know I'm missing a few Jacksonville guys, but I think getting a guy like that, you keep piling up talent. It's a massive deal. The more you get, the more comfort that kids are going to have to want to come check out FSU. Give them a look and see what's up.
Can you guys transport yourselves mentally to like the year 1998? And I mean, I don't know. I mean, Brett Williams might have been like 98, 97 or so, like, 5-star, awesome offensive lineman out of Kissimmee, Florida. And if you were an LSU fan, asking, hey, man, what's our shot again? Brett Williams to leave Florida to come to LSU in 1997, 1998. Well, I don't know anything about Zalance Hurd, but I know he's from Louisiana, Monroe, and he's the number 13 overall prospect in the nation. And people want to know what kind of shot we have with him. Probably not a good one, Michael, but you know more than I do.
Well, I told you not to pay attention to DJ Chester kind of percentage. This is one you probably
okay.
I think the percentage is okay.
Right.
I think he's going to end up at LSU. I think FSU did a great job when he visited, and he loves. I stress that so much. Loves Atkins a lot, but there's certain things that you can't control when when a Louisiana kid grew up a LSU Tiger fan and they've been on it so long, it's hard to break that mold, as we've seen with Shelton Sampson, Ricky Collins, pick it. But I think Zalance ends up at LSU.
Okay. All right. Any word from KJ? We might be having the most recent commitment for Florida State's 2022 class here, joining us live on the warchant.com recruiting show.
I'm still working on it, guys. If we get to the point where we don't have it, then I'll get up with them. But either way, KJ could have some problems technically. Sometimes technology can be a pain. But if there's a problem, we'll let you know. And if I don't get him, I'll hit him up. So we'll get him. We'll get some kind of coverage on from KJ.
All right, we'll hang around here for another 5 minutes or so.
There you go.
We'll give them time to roll in here. We'll take some more questions here. You can join warchant.com. If you get a question that comes to mind, you can always go over to the PRB, the Premium Recruiting Board, and post your question, and Michael will answer it pretty much at the drop of a hat. So that's always a nice thing. And then you get all the 3-2-1 from Ira, which check it out. It's free right now up on the website. You can get a good idea of what was in store for you if you join. Website.
Man, I read that article today, guys. I'm telling you, it's strong, guys. Strong stuff from Irish FL. Incredible, really good stuff. So definitely, jump in there.
You want to talk about? We got Alex earlier asked about where's these highly ranked wide receivers, and then somebody was asking about what are we doing at offensive line. You want to go with one of those? You got more intel?
Whether they're doing an offensive line, they're kicking ass. That's what they're doing. Offensive line.
Hey, it's a family show. It's a family show.
Okay, well, kicking butt. How about that? No, they're doing really well at offensive line. I think you got a pure tackle in Lucas Simmons, who I'm really high on, a top center prospect, and Roger Kearney. Both of these guys are Roderick's definitely a top 100 guy already. I think Lucas is on the fringe of being top 100 as well. So I think they're making a killing there, and I really feel like there's a really strong chance with a guy like DJ Chester to be in this class. There's other guys like that I liked a lot from the Seminole Showcase. Christopher Otto, they've offered. I don't think he's a full throttle push take, but he was the guy I liked a lot that I think could blow up again in during the season. But I think the focus is strictly on DJ. I mean, that's the guy they want. If you get that, that's basically, I mean, Aslan can pull up his ranking. I think it's in the 100 range, a little over 100.
DJ
And
Chester,
yes, DJ Chester. I want to guess 114. That's going to be my guess. So,
118, close, Michael, close, 118, almost.
yeah, so he's really highly coveted, not just with FSU, but just highly coveted and in the on three team. They really like him a lot. And after what I saw and me and Aslan saw when he worked out, I mean, this kid had the goods. I mean, he has everything you look for: strong hands, violent off the tackle. As far as just the way when he gets a hold of you, he just locks in. So I think he is the focus. And if you get that guy, that is a extremely strong class at offensive line. So I think they're kicking butt to keep it as a family show on the offense line. I think they're doing really well. Obviously, they could still be active in the portal after the season, but we'll see. But offensive line, I think they're doing really good.
You know we couldn't do a show without people asking about this guy.
Receiver.
We're gonna have a full hour blowout show on Friday before the LSU Florida State game. We'll be reporting live in New Orleans. I will be on the streets looking for Destyn Hill.
Yeah.
Once and for all, answer the question: where is Destyn Hill? Who is Destyn Hill?
Started Edna Carr High School. That's where he went. So, no, seriously, there's not a lot new to report except for FSU is extremely active in the recruitment. They're still expecting.
Are they really, Michael? Are they really, man?
Yes. I would tell you, trust me, I would scream from the heavens to tell you guys they're no longer recruiting this guy if they were no longer recruiting him. They're not. They're still recruiting him. They're active. They feel he's going to be there. Obviously, Greedy Vance thinks he's going to be there. He's telling people he's going to be there.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know. Dude, so in Jacksonville, we get Norvell and players after practice. And, like, you can kind of see sometimes they'll pull guys to the side and be like, hey, wait a minute. We're going to have you go speak to the reporters. And they grabbed Greedy. And I was like, man, this is such a weird place to ask him because it was Jacksonville. There was, like, local – I'm like, man, I'm going to be a total freaking sissy and not ask him the question. And I told everybody, I'm like, if we ever get Greedy, I'm going to ask Greedy, like, yo, where's this dude at? But thankfully, they didn't give us Greedy. So I was able to.
Yeah, if you do. I mean, yeah, I think they are close. They know each other pretty well. So, I've heard Greedy said, telling people like, hey, he's even hinted at it a few times on tweets and stuff like, hey, I'm going to see you soon and stuff like that. But, or indicated something to that regard. But no, we're still waiting. I'm still waiting like anybody. Trust me. If I got a definitive answer on Destyn Hill, I would love it, whether it's good or bad. I prefer it to be good because obviously that benefits FSU, but I don't think there's anything new yet with Destyn except for they're actively pursuing and they're waiting.
Okay.
Ralph, look at there.
Yeah. How's it?
He's going to be here. By the way, he's going to be here for the Duquesne game. He texted me.
I know. We're stoked, man. The Duquesne game. It's not this Saturday. It's It's this following Saturday. Can you believe it? It's incredible.
Feels like they haven't played football in like 4 years. I mean, that's how long it's felt. So obviously,
I feel like I was in the swamp like 3 months ago, man. It doesn't feel that long ago.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I didn't take a vacation. I'm taking a vacation next year, man. I am out. I am the whole month of January, and I don't even know why I stick around in January. Like, no clue why I stick around in January. I am gone. I'm a ghost. I will be Destyn Hill in January. Where's Aslan?
Are we going to see
Destyn Hill on an island?
When's the next time we'll see you?
Yeah. What about Desmond Ricks? Have we ever heard any kind of clarification on that, or is it just the tweet happened and that's that?
I think they just stopped recruiting. They got intel to FSU that they felt like it wasn't going to happen, whether that's NIL related or that's something where their chances, where even if their NIL was good, that it wasn't going to happen. So I don't have explicit details like, oh, it was definitely this or it's definitely that. I have heard his NIL number was pretty high, but at the same time, I just think the FSU's kind of moved on from that, and that's what this staff does well. I know a lot of people got some criticism of, but it's like why waste your time if a guy, if people that are close to the kid are telling you that you lean heavily on, it ain't gonna happen. So either the kid told him, or which I'm thinking he didn't, since he pointed out that I haven't heard from FSU in a while. So I would think people around him have told him like, "Hey, it's not going to happen."
All right, one last go about it, Michael. What do you think this commitment means for Florida State? What kind of player do you think they got here in KJ Kirkland, the 14th commitment for 2023? Sorry.
Yeah, and I pointed this out on the side. Everyone's like, "Man, the DB recruiting stinks." Like, there's all these guys because they're 3 stars, but I'm just like, I think you guys forgot who they just got the year before. They got Azari Thomas, who's a top 100 player in my book, and then 5-star Sam McCall, who both, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Aslan. These guys have been unreal at practice, so
Good. Good.
and then you have other fresh or young guys that are already played. So it's a very solid group that they already have that's pretty fairly stacked as far as talent, not just the transfers too that they've added in there. You got Malik Feaster, you got all these guys. Now they're probably going to be gone, but the point is it's a pretty stacked group, so it's difficult to go in there and just get top 5-stars like every single year that you're going to sell on that. And two, I think a lot of kids want to see kind of what this defense is going to look like. I think it's been pretty positive from my view, what I've saw from the defensive backs, both in the spring and the spring game and then the fall. But I think a lot of recruits going to see kind of what this secondary is going to look like.
All right.
And if it fits them, and I hate to hash on this over and over, guys, but product on the field and winning, it's a big deal to recruits, especially this year, because I think, now you could disagree with me, Aslan. I think this is the first year where you have a very competitive roster. You have everyone bought in. You have everything that's there as long as you can stay healthy. And I think this is a year that you can truly evaluate what they are, as a program and a staff, with them having everything on a competition and compete level. So I think that's what recruits are looking for, and they're looking to see kind of what these guys are going to look like.
Yeah. No, well said, man. Well said. All right, man. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on this sort of last-minute spontaneous sojourn live here on all these multiple channels, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Go to the PRB at some point. Mike will be able to catch up with KJ and get his thoughts on the commitment. Actually, let me see if I can pull up. Let's see if has Coach Norvell tweeted. I wonder if he's tweeted.
We did have his show, so.
Oh no, he did. Oh, he did. He did. He would not forget. What did he say about him? Hashtag speed, hashtag playmaker, picks and big hits coming with him. Futures Brian Talla has to keep climbing.
Yeah, and I think he illustrated it really well. Big hits, like I said, physical tackler, speed. I've already talked about how well this guy runs, and then two, just big plays. He makes picks. He's, like I said, ball skills are, in my opinion, one of his best qualities. KJ can just jump routes. He's really good as a center fielder. He really reads instincts. Is really good. I'd say out of all the guys, instinctively, he's probably the best out of those DBs. So I think he adds a lot.
Oh, he's trying to pull up his. It's also on his Instagram. Everybody can check out his Instagram. He made a cool video announcing that he's coming to Florida State. There it is. We won't play the audio because it might get us flagged for the copyright stuff. All right,
let's watch it. I have not watched the entire.
KJ Kirkland.
Well, I think there's audio. I don't know if this audio is like a rap song or
KJ
something.
was in search of his first D1 offer during last weekend. He picked one up earlier this week after a strong showing on the weekend. He played top prospect Travis Hunter well when they matched up, and also had an acrobatic pick in the championship weekend. Get to know him.
Just like Ed Reed, this kid is a ball hawk. I have no doubt this kid will be making headlines on the field for years to come.
Defensive backs must possess a combination of skill, including speed, strength, awareness, instinct, and attitude. At the stage set, those skills must be honed to near perfection.
And throwing under pressure, and it's intercepted. Gianni is there he goes. Goodbye. What a kick for Buckley.
Steps up, delivers over the middle, intercepted by who else but Jalen Ramsey, who slides
Oh, that's gonna get. Oh yeah, that's gonna get us flagged. That's gonna get us flagged. Oh, sorry, you guys get the gist of it. There you go. There you go.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, nice.
Good
Nice
stuff.
Right there. All right, that's a wrap for us. Go to the PRB, but also do sign up for warchant.com, everybody. It's $1 for an entire year. It's not going to last. I promise you. We'd go out of business if we kept doing this, but at some point it will end. But in the meantime, go and sign up if you haven't done so already. Go to the PRB. Michael will have reaction from Kirkland at some point, probably tomorrow. So stay tuned.
Yep.
That's how we do it. Thumbs up on the way out. For Michael, I'm Aslan. Thanks for watching. Have a great one, everybody.